Good enough to do it. I always had the confidence that I could do it. It was when I finally decided to say no to Wall Street that I said, you know what, I'm just going to stick with poker, and that's when I got the commitment to do it. Getting a sponsorship would be my ultimate dream. Getting the passport would be the pinnacle of my profession in my mind. Growing up in Cleveland, growing up a fan of Cleveland sports teams, it's really hard. We like to practice cautious optimism. Even when things look really good, we know we'll mess it up somehow. Having a chance to play with these guys, because this is my profession, it's just it's a once-in-a-lifetime shot. It'd be like getting to play a pickup game with LeBron.
Well, right now, Will Davis is having his shots blocked by this dream team.
And this could become Will's nightmare if he can't get out of the loss column soon. Remember, our loose cannon only gets to keep the profits he makes at the end of 150 hands. But being that he's from Cleveland, Will's probably no stranger to disappointment.
Yes, that's how we roll. Joe, thank you very much.
The economy is based on LeBron James.
Good point. It is.
Do you live in New York?
No, I didn't my whole life, but the last couple of years in L.A. I was bi-coastal for a while. But I grew up in New York.
Bi-coastal.
Bi-coastal. You should try it.
A lot of people are doing that these days.
You should try it, Daniel.
Doyle is raised to 1,500. Action folds to Abe, who makes the call.
There you go, Papa.
Calacanis folds.
3 action players.
That's right. Daniel's made the call. The flop. 4-5 queen. Daniel checks.
Top pair for Doyle.
Fires $4,000. Abe with middle pair calls, and Daniel folds.
A lot of history between Doyle and Abe. They play high-stakes limit poker all the time together.
Ace of clubs on the turn.
And Abe has just outdrawn Doyle. Abe's got 2 pair. Doyle's got the 1.
Plus a flush draw, and Doyle bets 9,000.
Now Abe's probably noticed there are some flush and some straight draws out there. He's going to want to put some more money into this pot while he thinks his hand is still best. Doyle's let out twice, and a big raise here could get Doyle to commit all of his chips while he's a huge dog.
Abe does not raise. He just calls.
I'm a little surprised Abe didn't raise. Might be trying to slow play his 2 pair.
The river card. The king of clubs completing the flush for Doyle Brunson.
That's right. Doyle now has the nuts.
That's 19,000. Quick call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, flush.
Somehow playing this passively saved Abe from losing any more money on the hand, but he might be regretting not raising the turn.
Doyle rakes in a pot of nearly $70,000.
How much do you want to bet Abe is not that quiet inside his head right now?
I wish I'd have checked it now.
Joe, Doyle seems to think that Abe would have bet into him on the river, allowing Doyle to re-raise.
He might be right about that, but what Doyle's actually saying is that he wants Abe's money. Specifically, Mosseri and Brunson are big-time cash game rivals. So even though Doyle is up over $107,000, the money means a little bit more when coming from Abe.
I'll know in June if you could have called a re-raise if I'd have checked it. I know you'd have bet.
On the river?
Yeah.
What would you have done if I raised on the turn?
It's a good question, Dave. I don't know. That's the reason I think it'd be hard to track me, because I don't know myself what I'm going to do. So, how can the poker track?
I almost did raise on the turn.
I probably would have gone out.
Huh?
I don't know. Depending on how I felt.
Get me to gamble more than I want to gamble.
That's how I got it in that jackpot against those 2 kings with that ace-queen. They straddled, re-straddled, and re-straddled.
Yeah, I remember that, and then you just moved in with
20,000 laying out there.
Yeah.
Doyle recounting a legendary TV hand.
At 150.
Our loose cannon straddles. Action over to Daniel.
Madison, I woke up with kings. Said yum yum.
Yeah.
Raise.
And if Daniel hadn't said he had an ace, I probably would only run it once.
Oh, you heard that, and then
Doyle folds. Yum yum kings for David Williams.
I don't know.
Just calls.
Bit of a slow play with kings. Maybe wants to trap both the loose cannon and Daniel.
Davis comes along for the ride. 6-jack deuce on the flop. Check by Williams, check by Davis.
David's slow play has worked out so far. Top pair and all red is going to look pretty good to Daniel,
who bets 5,500.
especially since Daniel's stuck and a bit steaming at the moment.
David raises to 15-5.
Whose idea was the straddle?
Yours. It's a good idea for you.
You know, David has check raised, and he's doubled the size of the pot. These are both strong moves. It's possible Daniel could get away.
Or maybe not. He calls. The turn. The 4 clubs giving Negreanu 2 pair.
This is such a dirty card. I mean, who can really put someone on Jack 4? David will never see this coming.
Williams bets 27,000.
Daniel's lucky to have improved, but also lucky to spike a card that allows him to get value. If another Jack or even the 4 of diamonds had come, it would have been very tough to get value, but Daniel happened to turn the best hand on a board that looks pretty innocuous to 2 kings. The way David's played this hand, he's played it like he's got an absolute monster. Daniel's pretty sure he's got the best hand. He's just trying to figure out a way to get all the money in.
I'm all in.
That's one way to do it.
Daniel is all in.
How much is it?
50, 74, 79, 80. Call? Once or twice?
Okay, we want to see hands first or no?
Well, I don't care. I'll do twice either way.
I'll do twice.
All right, twice.
So
is
that
nice.
4 didn't hit him, and it did. 2 times.
Run it twice.
I raised it 10,000.
I backdoor lots of backdoor stuff. All right.
Daniel trying to justify why he called on the flop.
I said that's 8.
8 out.
We will see the river card twice, playing for half the pot each time.
What are you rooting for over there? Chop or blood? Chop or blood?
Am I allowed to say?
There is no cheering in the press box.
You feel a chop? I feel a chop. Big time. You feel a chop?
I just want to win the first one.
That's all, yeah. That's not greedy.
I'm not greedy.
The first river card is a jack.
Oh, that's it. That's a good one for me.
Daniel has won half the pot.
David can still hit a king, a 6, or a deuce. The 6 or a deuce would counterfeit Daniel's hand and give David kings up.
The second river is a 7.
It's 27 plus 50, 74, 80,000. 1096.
Daniel Negreanu doubles through David Williams, taking down a pot worth more than $250,000, the biggest one so far on the big game. As the boys settle up at the table, we'll see if David can rebound when we come back. Welcome back to Las Vegas for the big game, where our loose cannon, Will Davis, has fewer than 40 hands to turn a profit and keep some cash. But the big news is Daniel Negreanu, who just raked in a pot of more than $250,000. Kid Poker is with Amanda.
Daniel, you just won the biggest pot of the night.
Was that the big? Was it really?
That was the biggest pot of the night.
I mean, I feel just lucky there. You know.
Yeah?
I cut a 4. That was pretty sick.
Jack 4. I couldn't even see the hand, but I was trying to figure out what you had. And
Well, I knew David was really. I didn't think he was bluffing, but once I had Jacks and 4s, I was like, I don't know, should I wait? Should I do this? Went all in. I got lucky and I won both. So.
So now you're happy.
Yeah, I wasn't so happy earlier, but I'm happier now.
All right, get back in there.
Okay.
Daniel's got a little spring in his step.
Funny how that works after winning a $250,000 pot.
I didn't say I owned you or anything. I just said I got lucky. Don't worry.
There's a balance to all things, and right there is the yang.
Seems so happy, doesn't he?
Sorry, Dave.
Doyle Brunson straddles. So action will begin with the happy man, David Williams, who folds. So does our loose cannon, and Abe's out.
Raise the pot.
Jason Calacanis announces a raise.
What is that?
To 3,400.
Not a bad raise in an unopened pot, but Daniel's got a hand and chips to play with.
Now we both got a lot of money. We could play a big pot.
Nice.
Okay, let's try it. Is it 84? I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm just saying.
84.
Not pot or anything, but just 84.
And look at the hand for Doyle Brunson.
Doyle has picked up more giant hands than the cleaning crew at an NCAA game. He straddled, so this time he's got pre-flop position. Doesn't look like he's going to slow play them this time.
Doyle's coming over the top to 28-4.
They can play a real big pot.
Yeah, raising out of position, that was a good idea.
The internet tycoon continues to get his firewall hacked.
And folds.
Okay, I'm going to be honest here. I honestly think Doyle is making one of them internet moves, the 4-bet bluff, but I don't have the balls to do anything about it, so I'm going to fold. But I do think you're making a move.
Daniel folds.
Too chicken. I should just shove it.
That's why you're the man.
I do think you were bluffing, but I don't know.
Bad read.
Doyle is officially inside Daniel.